Hello guys, welcome to my demonstration video for my ModPack. The new version is version 1.2 and this will be for the 0.9.0 client. I have my changelog up on my other screen, so I'm just going to go over some of that first, and after I'm done with that we'll jump into a game so I can show you guys the actual changes. So there were several mods that had to be updated. A couple examples were XVM and the audio mods, for example, the engine sounds and the gun sounds from Gnomefather, along with a couple others. I had to remove a couple mods, and I decided to remove a couple as well. Most obvious was that I removed the IGR tech hanger. So you currently see that the garage I have is the vanilla default garage. Now I removed the IGR tech hanger mainly because I just prefer the vanilla garage now. I think it looks really nice. Wargaming's put a lot of time into it, and I like it. So until I get tired of looking at this garage, which may or may not happen, I'm going to keep it. There were also 3 tank remodels that I removed. The first one was the Waffenträger auf E100. I removed the custom model for this one mainly because on the remodel the turret was a lot bigger than it actually is in the game, and it was making it difficult to accurately determine where the turret actually was. So I would hit the cheeks of the remodeled turret and the shells would go right through it because the remodeled turret was a lot bigger than the actual default turret. So I removed that simply because the remodel was too dissimilar on the turret to the actual shape of the turret in game. In addition, I removed the custom E100 remodel. The main reason for removing this one, the track texture was missing, and I was able to fix that by removing the LOD files for the hull. But the problem with that is that because of removing those files, the bottom half of the tank looked very strange because half of it was remodeled and the other half was not. So in the end, for consistency, I decided to remove that as well. So that's number 2. And the third and final remodel that I removed was for the E75. And I really wanted to keep this one, but in the end it was so broken that I had to take it off. Everything looked fine in the garage. Everything looked fine in game once you were playing it, but the moment that the E75 died, and it was any E75 that died in game, instead of it turning white like the White Death mod is supposed to make it, the entire tank was red, and I'm not sure why that was happening. I might be able to fix it in the future with a little bit more troubleshooting, but for now I've taken this one out as well. So the only tank remodel that I was able to keep was the Leopard 1s. It's not perfect, as you can see on the side skirts. Camouflage is not applied 100% correctly, but overall I think it looks fine, and I'm going to keep this one in the game for now. Alright, so in addition, there were two other mods that I had removed that you'll see once I jump in game. And the first one was a customized version of Jimbo's Crosshair mod. I'm still using Jimbo's Crosshair in this version of the patch, or the mod pack, excuse me, but the customized colors of the crosshair are not going to be there because the mod author for that particular mod has failed to update his mod for 9.0. The same mod author also had a damage panel mod that I was using, and I've decided to take that one off as well, in part for the same reason, because the mod author had not updated it, but also because I found out that the old damage panel I was using was causing some lag issues, and I originally had thought that the lag was being caused by my audio mods, Gnome Fathers, and the way I've installed them. But it turns out that it was being caused by the damage panel. I assume it was bad Python coding in the Python files, but I can't check those because they were compiled and I don't have the decompiled files, so I can't look into those, so I just took it off. That being said, there were several mods that have been added. Number one, I did find a new damage panel since I took the old one off, and I'm now using Sea Falcon's damage panel, and I have heavily customized it, and you'll see the extent of the customization in-game. I have added STJKA's session statistics, which you can see down here. And I've localized this for the English language. I've translated it from Russian, and I've also heavily customized it and gotten the formatting how I want it. I think it looks pretty good right now. If you guys have any suggestions on that, though, I'm all ears. I'm willing to change a thing or two if enough people don't care for the formatting. One thing I do plan to do in the future is change 1.6 to 1.8, but I'm going to have to create some Python files from scratch to do that, and I don't have time right now. And in addition, you might have heard me mention it a minute or two ago, but I did re-add Artisan's White Death mod, and I did re-add Locustan's Train Wagon Visibility mod. And I re-added those because they were not banned by Wargaming, but before Wargaming actually posted their policy on the forums, I was not sure whether or not they would be allowed. But after they did post their policy on disallowed mods, it's clear that they are currently allowed. So I re-added those. If it turns out that they decide to disallow them in the future, I'll remove them from the mod pack, no big deal. So those are the 4 mods that I have added. In addition, there were a couple of bug fixes that I made. Number 1, I was able to fix the runoff on the tank carousel down here. There was an issue where when selecting certain tanks, it would run off the side of the bar here and overlap with it. It no longer does that. The spacing is correct and the formatting is good. In addition, I did update the tank carousel mod, and there's a really cool function on the new version. You can go into Menu, Settings, click on the Mod tab here, Mods tab, excuse me, and here you can manually set the tank carousel to however you want it set up. So you can change the amount of lines. So I think default is 3. I've obviously changed mine to 2 rows. And the only thing to keep in mind here, looks like there's an update available here, so I'll have that update before I upload this mod pack. The only thing to keep in mind here is that once you change these settings, hit apply and hit OK to get out of this menu, the changes won't actually take place until you either restart your game or open and close your service record after hitting apply. So, for example, if I change it to 3, hit apply and OK, as you can see, nothing happened. What you have to do is go to service record and then back to the garage, and the changes will take effect. So just keep that in mind. And like I said, I will find this update and apply it to the mod pack before I upload it. Alright. Let's see, in addition, Noob's AI bot had a suggestion to find a statistics mod with a reset button. I've done that, and I'll show it after I play a game. In-game, the health bar will now display both total HP and percentage of HP, and you get to the percentage by hitting the Alt button, which I'll show off, and that was Wrenchen's suggestion. And I believe that's it for the changelog, so I'm going to go ahead and jump in a game. Jump in my T54. Alright, so the first thing you might notice is that the damage panel down here is different. I've changed text colors to cyan for what I am able to change. Also, the new damage panel is able to correctly view the name of the tank here. The old damage panel was not able to do that, so I've fixed that as well by finding this new version. If you can hear it, if my sound levels are correct, I am using both of Gnome Father's audio mods right now. So I think I'll drop down into the middle here. It's a little bit risky. Oh, there we go. Now you can see my damage panel at work. You can see down here I did 8 damage to myself. Also on the crosshair here, there's a couple of new settings as well. Number one, in the bottom right hand corner of it, you can see my total health. And that's a pretty neat little function. That was not there before. Also on the top right, whatever tank I'm looking at, it will give me the distance to that tank from me. Ouch. Right, and you can see in the middle here, it'll pop up with the amount of damage that a tank does to you, along with the shell type. So the guy did 561 damage to me with an AP round. Looks like they're gonna try and rush at me maybe. Nice. There we go. shot by a Chafee. 0 damage into the track. Also, two kind of neat effects. My health on the right side of the crosshair here, and my health on the damage panel. The colors of the health bar will change dynamically with the health I have left. So it goes from green to yellow to orange to red. Let's see, I think I can get this guy without taking any shots. No, he's... let's see. Nope. Oh, there we go. I got ammo racked. Saw my turret fall off. So granted, that's not my best play. I'm just trying to show off the mods here. It's pretty cool. That's the first time I've been ammo racked, so I like that. Also, the crosshair mod may not look exactly for you. It may not look exactly like I have it on the default settings. I'm not sure if you have to change this or not. But I'll just open up both of these windows so you can see what settings I've applied. So if you do want to make it look exactly like mine, you know how to. Here are the crosshair settings that I have selected for arcade mode, and then for sniper mode. And I'm just gonna sit through this game. I want to show the session statistics after this, so I'll just wait. It won't be too long. But that was pretty neat, that ammo rack. A little bit of descriptions down here. This X right here means that I believe it means that I absorbed the shot. If it's a solid circle, a solid white circle, it means that I bounced the shot. If it's a solid yellow circle, it means that I've been tracked by that shot. Let's see here. The purplish text means that it came from an enemy, as you can see. A more yellowish, reddish text means that it came from either a teammate or myself, I believe. And then at the top here I have totals, so I took 5 hits. One of them was myself hitting the ground. And I took a total of 1,650 damage. Fortunately / unfortunately, that Ferdinand ammo racked me. I would have liked to survive, but that was my first time getting racked since the patch, and I gotta admit, it was pretty cool. So as you can see here, the damage panel down here is working correctly. It's displaying the name and tank type. I have ran into an issue where extremely long tank names like Waffenträger E100 and the Jagd 88 will occasionally run off or take too much room on the damage panel. And for the next version of the ModPack, I'll look into fixing that. I might be able to shorten certain tank names in XVM to fix that problem, but I'm not sure. But I will look into it. I'll try and fix that. But other than that, the damage panel is working extremely well for me. I have no complaints. I'm very pleased with it. I've put a lot of time into editing it, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Alrighty, so not a good game for me, but this is not to show off gameplay, as I will always stress during these demonstration videos. So I did 2,113 damage, just remember that number. Actually, I'll put that up in the corner there so we can keep an eye on it. So I'll drag up my statistics here. As you can see, not a great game. Yellow. My efficiency for that game was 1038. Win 6 was 890. 1038 here is the 46th percentile. That goes from 1 to 100. And Win 6 was in the 38th percentile. Accuracy here was extremely good, so it's colored in purple. 10 shots hit, 11 shots fired for an accuracy rate of 90.91%. I had 1 kill with an average of 1 kill. My damage for that game was 2,113. And I believe that should be average damage. I'll figure out how to add total damage in a later patch, but for now it's just average damage. Experience gained, this will be total. This 28 here is for free XP. And as you can see, those numbers match up, 574, 574. Credit income, 2306, 2306, and the credit income is total net gain for the session. So this has remained black, or no color, because it's not good. 0 wins, no losses. Oops. Well, there's an error there, and I'll fix that before I upload it. That should be 0, 1, 0. I just need to switch the two values, it looks like. For a win rate of 0%. But the nice thing about this is if you want to reset it, all you have to do is open this up, click the reset button, open it back up, it's cleared. This will not reset once a day. The only way to reset it is to hit the reset button. If you want to change that, you're more than welcome to do it yourself, but I think the most amount of people will appreciate the manual reset on that. So before I upload this mod pack, I will get those 2 small bugs ironed out that I pointed out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I put a lot of time into updating this mod pack, so I hope you guys will download it and try it out. The one thing I will recommend is that, as always, you start out with a clean mod folder. For example, you uninstall whatever XVM you currently have and any mods that you currently have. You apply my mod pack first, and then you add whatever other mods you'd like one by one, just to make sure that my mod pack is working for you. The last thing to note is that if you are going to run XVM, you do have to activate it on the XVM website, and I will include a URL link in my ModPack forum thread on the instructions on how to do that. So if your XVM is not working, make sure you've activated it on the XVM website. If you haven't done that, it will not work. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you guys have any comments, questions, or suggestions on my mod pack, please head over to the thread in the video description above and leave your thoughts. Thanks again.